and welcome back to the channel. And if you are new, thank you for joining us. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. So I'm going to answer the questions that you all left in the link that I left down below in some prior videos. So I actually have those questions right here on my laptop, so I can go ahead and answer those for you. But I'm also going to be doing it as a, a little get ready with me, because I actually have somewhere to be. So I was like, this is just the perfect time to go ahead and answer your questions. Without further ado, y'all, let's just go ahead and get into it, okay? Okay. Alright, so I did zoom in a little bit so you can see my face a little bit better. But I did go ahead and do my brows off camera because I am very picky when it comes to my brows, and it can take me a little bit of time to get those done. So I just went ahead and did those off camera. To do next is I'm just going to go ahead and prime my face. The primer that I do use is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on my face. That way we can go ahead and get into these questions. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this on. Some people use a brush. Baby, I ain't got time for that brush, but the hands work just as well. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is go ahead and conceal my eyelids. That way I can just go ahead and have a nice base down for my eyeshadow. So I kind of do my makeup a little different. I try to do my eyeshadow first, and then I come back and I do my foundation. This is what works for me. Now everybody does something different, but this is what I do. And the palette I'm using is the NYX Conceal Color Corrector. This is what I use. I love it. So got that done, and it's cream base, which I love. Now that we're done with that, what I do to help my makeup last longer is I do go ahead and go in with the setting powder. The one that I use is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and this is a medium deep. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, and we're gonna go ahead and get into the first question. So the first question is, how has it been since surgery? So since I had the surgery, one thing I have to say is that everything has been going well, you guys. Like, I did have some moments at the very beginning. If you watch my early on videos, I did talk a lot about the constipation, the gas pains, the limit on how much I can eat. That is something I really struggled with in the very beginning of me having the surgery, because I was just so ready to get past that step and just to start seeing the weight come off even more. I was just ready to start seeing the weight come off. So I was kind of impatient because I was just so sick of drinking the protein shakes. Y'all, the protein shakes got on my nerves, okay? Because they're just so sweet, and after a while it gets really annoying. Not even annoying, I wouldn't even say annoying. It just, that the taste of it, it can make you, some people, and for me it did start to make me feel a little nauseous, because I was constantly drinking it, and y'all, I couldn't take it anymore. So when I was able to finally start eating actual food, when I tell you I was in heaven, I was in heaven. But it's like once you get past that phase, it's like now is the time to find foods that well, not just foods, but y'all, it's in the way of my drawer. Not just about, yes, I can eat more and I can start eating regular food, I guess you could say, but it's also about finding foods that you enjoy and making them in a healthier way. So that was a challenge at first, just to get out of the routine of eating how I used to eat and get used to this new way of eating that is much healthier, and just making sure that I'm getting all my protein in, which could be hard at the beginning. That's why I really do suggest you getting like the bariatric app, or what's the other one? It's another one I can't remember right now, but I use the bariatric app and I love it, you guys. They recently did an upgrade to the app, so it literally tracks everything. Tracks your food. You can scan your barcodes and it'll pop up in the app, and you just put in how many portions you have. Tracks your water. You can put in your vitamins. Even tracks when you go to the bathroom, if you know what I mean. But it will track that for you and let you know exactly how long it's been since you've, you know, had a bowel movement. It keeps track of everything as far as like how much protein you're supposed to get, how much calcium you're supposed to get every day, how much water you're supposed to drink. So I have to say I really love that, because it helps me keep track and make sure I'm staying on goal, which is very important, because that is how you're going to see the weight fall off, by getting the proper amount of protein you're supposed to have today and drinking at least 64 ounces of water a day. That is what's going to allow you to really see the results. All right, so what we're about to do next, since I did go ahead and set my face, you saw I set my entire face, and I went ahead and set my eyebrows. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and do my eyeshadow. So let's go ahead and get into that. I really haven't decided what look I was going for today, so we're just gonna wing it. I think I'm just gonna use my Juvia's Place palette. So we're just gonna use this one, and we're just gonna wing it, because I really don't even know what I'm wearing yet. So I guess we'll base what I'm wearing around my makeup. So let's go ahead and get into this. So this is what we gonna do, child, because that's all I got. Do this here. Do this, then we're gonna go ahead and get into the next question. Alright, the next question is, what do I do about constipation? What do I do about constipation? That is a good question. I can let you know some things that will work, but I have to say the constipation is still something that I'm kind of still struggling with. Nowhere near on a regular basis like it was, but it is something that I do have some issues with. Now, what my doctor has recommended when I do have constipation, and I'm not saying like this is Bible, what I'm saying, if you are having really bad issues with constipation, I do recommend that you do contact your doctor to find out exactly what they recommend for you to take to assist with you going to the bathroom on a regular basis. But I did have one instance when I first had the surgery where it had been pretty much an entire week and I had not gone to the bathroom yet. When I tell you, I was in pain, like my stomach was so bloated. It was hurting because I just really needed to go to the bathroom and I could not go. So what they did, doctor did recommend for me to take is some fiber one. So I did get some fiber one. You're supposed to take that 3 times a day, and they did also recommend me taking Miralax. So I did get some Miralax and I started taking that every day, just to try to help regulate me going to the bathroom, and make sure I drank something hot every morning to try to get everything moving first thing in the morning. And after doing that, about within the next couple of days, within the next 2 days, I was able to go to the bathroom. Now, was I in the bathroom for forever? Yes, I was. When I tell you, I was in the bathroom for almost an entire hour trying to go. And if this is too TMI, if this is too much, I apologize, but we just keeping it real. Yeah, I was in the bathroom for forever, but I went. But one thing I could definitely suggest is that just make sure you're trying to drink as much water as possible. And at that time frame, I literally just had the surgery done, so getting water was still a little of a struggle for me at that time, which I feel like could also have to do somewhat with the constipation. So just really make sure that you're getting your water in, and as you get further along in the surgery, make sure you're getting as much fiber in as possible as well. That can help you go to the bathroom. But sometimes you're just going to have issues with constipation, issues going to the bathroom, and unfortunately that's just part of this process. But there are those steps that you can take to help you go to the bathroom. If you're still having issues after you've tried all that, contact your doctor. That's the best thing that I can suggest, is just please reach out to your doctor. That way they can let you know what else you can do to go to the bathroom, because they do tell you to shy away from the laxatives at the very beginning, just because they don't want that to cause any stomach issues since you just had the surgery. So they probably will have some other options that can assist you with going. But that's all the advice I can give you regarding going to the bathroom. And now that I said that, let me go ahead and take a sip of my water. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going in with this dark purple. It's like a really dark purple, like almost giving like a blackish purple, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So yes, but when you're using colors like this, y'all, you got to blend to the gods. Blend like your life depended on it, so you can get the look that you want. Alright, done with that. And we're gonna go ahead and go into the next question. Did you have GERD or acid reflux before surgery? And if so, how is it now? Alright, so to answer that question, I did suffer from just a little bit of acid reflux. Was it anything really bad? The only time I would really have flare-ups is if I would eat a lot of acidic foods or a lot of fried foods, and that's when I would like really have issues with acid reflux. But other than that, I was definitely fine. The test the doctor did that you get done before you had the surgery, just to let you know if you do have any issues with the acid reflux, I passed that with flying colors. So they had no issues with me getting the vertical sleeve versus the gastrectomy. I'm sorry, getting the vertical sleeve versus getting the bypass, because I just didn't have any of those issues. Now, after I had the surgery, they do have you on some medication to help you if you do have acid reflux. After I stopped taking the medication, I did experience a little bit of the acid reflux, but it did start to go away. So I really didn't need any more medication after I had the surgery. So I haven't really had any issues since. I probably have had acid reflux probably like 4 times since I've had the surgery, but it's been nothing serious. Sometimes it could be because I waited too long to eat, which that's on me. Like, wow, why did I wait too long to eat? That's on me. Like, that was done on my part. But that's the only times when I actually experienced any acid reflux from the surgery. Other than that, I'm usually fine. Alright, so go in next with this nudish kind of color. Just gonna put that on the lid. Now, when it comes to acid reflux or GERD, a lot of people do not have issues until possibly like a year or so later. A year or two later is when they start experiencing some issues with acid reflux. And usually when that happens, sometimes they do have to switch from the vertical sleeve to a bypass. And that has happened to quite a few people that I have seen online, on the online space, that they have had to switch to that. Is it common? I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people say that they've had to have that done after them having the sleeve, but that definitely can occur. But unfortunately, everybody is different. Everybody has different symptoms after the surgery, so it's kind of hard to tell you what to expect when everybody is different, you know. So hopefully though, you don't have any issues with the surgery. It's like, hopefully nobody has any issues with the surgery, because y'all, I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't want nobody to have no issues having this surgery. But hopefully whoever asked this question, if you have the surgery, I pray that it's not an issue for you, because nobody wants to have to go back underneath the knife. But that does happen sometimes. Alright, so we are pretty much done with the eyes so far. I know it looks a little crazy, but I promise y'all, it's gonna come together when it's done. Like, trust the process. So go ahead and bring purple down into the corners, just to give it some more dimension. Like, well, why did you do? Because I wanted that blue to be right up in that area, or to like really pop at you. So really like pop in your face. To do next is go ahead and apply my eyeliner, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. I'm gonna get to the next question. All right, now that the eyeliner is done, let's go ahead and get into my favorite part. Now it's time to do the rest of the face. What we're about to do next is we're gonna go ahead and get into the foundation. All right, so since we're about to start doing foundation, I can zoom out a little bit so y'all can see exactly what we're working with. So I am just gonna go ahead and use my MAC foundation. You can see it. I really don't use a lot of foundation. You know, I really don't. Like, that is as much as I put on my hand. Like, and I probably won't even use all of it, because I really don't like to use a ton of foundation. So go ahead and apply that on my face. Y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the next question. What are some symptoms you experience? That is actually a good question. But let me go ahead and do my concealer. So first set of concealer I use is going to be the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. That's actually what I'm going to use today. Sometimes I use my NARS one, but we're going to use this one today. So over here. So what are some symptoms that I experience after the surgery? Ooh, I have a good one. When it came to water, before the surgery, I love to drink my water room temperature. I could not stand ice cold water, y'all. I dreaded it. I did not like ice cold water. I did not like how it went down. I didn't like how the ice taste, the cold water was on my teeth. Like, I didn't like it at all. But after the surgery, y'all, I cannot drink I cannot drink room temperature water. It's crazy to me. Like, I really don't understand it. Like, I just do not like room temperature water anymore, and that drives me crazy, because that was never an issue for me in the past. So I don't understand it. But y'all, I can't do it. I cannot do room temperature water. I have to have ice in my water. Like right now, I don't have any ice in it right now, but it's still ice cold. But I cannot drink hot water. And also an issue that I was having is that I could not drink plain water. Weird, right? I could drink before the surgery. I could drink water with no problem. It would take me no time to get through a gallon of water. But after the surgery, nope. I had to have some type of flavor packet in my water. Excuse me. Well, that's the other one. But I would have to have some flavor pack in my water. I still do. I do the Propel ones, the sugar-free Propel ones, because you know it's full of electrolytes. So I definitely love doing those. If you saw, I do like the skinny syrups. So I do those sometimes because you really don't need a lot of that in your water, and I do like that. So usually I just put like a little extra, like a little in it, and that's all I need to get me through. But y'all, I'm just not a big fan of plain water anymore. Some days I can do it, but when I first had the surgery, I could not do it at all. And as you all heard, that little burp, that's another one. I'm constantly burping, y'all, constantly burping. And the type of job I have, I'm on the phone, I'm talking to people constantly. I'm on the phone. Type of job I have, I'm on the phone, so I'm always talking to people. So sometimes, y'all, a little burp will slip out, or I could feel like bubbling in my throat, and I'm trying to, like, you know, try to keep it quiet so can't nobody hear me, or I'm trying to cover the mic or put myself on mute so the burp, so they can't hear me burp. But it's so embarrassing, and sometimes you can't even control it. Like in the middle of me having a conversation, a burp will come out, and it's, yeah, it's my new normal. I do burp when I know I'm full, and I just randomly burp sometimes too, because randomly burp is very annoying. Very annoying. And if y'all are wondering, I just let my concealer sit for a little bit before I go in and blend it out. Just helps it to stay a little flawless. So we're gonna go ahead and blend it out now. All I see, were there any other symptoms that I had? Were there any other? I'm trying to think. Anything else that stuck out to me that I had that other people spoke about? Other than that, and the constipation, those are literally like the only issues I had after the surgery, or any symptoms that I had that are still ongoing. Oh, there is one more. Ha ha ha. Sometimes when I eat, I do get a little nauseous. Like my stomach will let me know when I'm eating something she does not like. She will let me know. It could be something that I love, like a vegetable, something that I love. Usually on a normal basis, I can eat it with no problem. And then sometimes my stomach will let me know, nope, that, I don't want that. I do not want that. And there definitely has been some instances where I have thrown up. Like, immediately have to get to the bathroom and get it out, because my stomach said, no ma'am, no ma'am, we do not like this, we do not agree with it, it has to go. And that can be really annoying, especially when you just bought something and then your stomach is like, nah partner, you thought it was gonna happen, but it's not. And I just wasted money on something I really, really wanted. Or I made myself something to eat, and now I gotta figure out something else to eat, because my sleep said it don't want it, so now I gotta find something else to eat. That is so annoying. That can be annoying at times, but other than that, y'all, I really have not had a lot of symptoms, and I am so grateful for that, because when I hear the stories of what some people have gone through after this surgery, I am just really grateful that I'm of the few that have to go through those issues. And it just makes me very happy that I don't have to deal with any of that. And we are just going to hope that it stays that way. So what I just used is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. So I go in with this and I put it right here, this area, just to lift the face up a little, lift my eyes up a little. So let that sit for a little bit, like I did with the other concealer. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and contour around my face. So what I use is this is a foundation stick by Black Opal, and it's actually in their deepest color, which is called Snatched. Yeah, it's called Snatched. So I use that to contour. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that. And when I contour, I go up, as you saw, go up, and then I bring that back down. Alright, as you saw, I go up and I bring that back down, and I do it on the same on this side too. Bring that back down, and then of course I do these two areas, my nose, and that's about all I contour right there. That's about all I do. Makes the face look even slimmer. Helps. See, you can see it. It makes the face look even slimmer. So I do that, and while that's sitting for a little bit, we just gonna go ahead and go on to the next question. All right. So the next question is, will I ever enjoy food again? That I've seen that question a lot in some of the groups that I follow on, that I'm in on Facebook, and a lot of people, when they just had the surgery, or if they're thinking about having surgery, just wonder, will they ever really enjoy food again? And for some people, there have been mixed answers when it comes to this. For some people, they say that they don't enjoy eating like they used to, because they really still don't have an appetite, so they can't eat what they want to eat, so they really just, they don't enjoy eating anymore. And I really feel sorry for those people who don't enjoy eating anymore, because I still enjoy eating, and I feel like for those who feel like they don't enjoy it anymore, sometimes I feel like they probably were binge eaters, so that's probably why they had some issues with eating. But for me, I still enjoy food, and the reason I say that is because, yes, I didn't eat the best before this surgery, but that was not the biggest problem for me, to be honest, was eating. Like, I knew how to eat healthy. I knew, but was I doing it? No, majority of the time I was not. And that was part of my problem, but I am now, and I do a better job at controlling it to make sure I am eating how I'm supposed to be eating. But what I do is that I get on Pinterest, I get on TikTok, and I find healthy recipes for what I like to eat. Or if it's something that I like, I will find ways to substitute things. Like, instead of eating sour cream, substitute it for Greek yogurt. I promise you will not taste the difference at all. It literally tastes the same, just plain Greek yogurt. gives the same effect as sour cream. Instead of using beef, use ground turkey for certain recipes. When I make spaghetti, I use ground turkey. When I do meatloaf, I use ground turkey instead of using ground beef. And yes, you can still use ground beef. This makes it you would get, you know, the leanest one as possible, but there are ways to eat what you love. Like if you saw my last eating day videos, I did make pizza with the tortilla, and when I tell you it was amazing, it was so good. It was so good. I've seen it where people have used cauliflower steaks and they season that up, smush it down, and then they put the sauce on it and cheese on it, and they pop that in the oven with some pepperoni on it, and they say that it tastes amazing. I've seen it with zucchini. Seen people do it with cabbage. Like I've even seen people do it with chicken and use the chicken as the crust for the pizza. There are ways that you can still eat the foods that you love beforehand, but just in a healthier way. That way you'll enjoy eating. And that's why every time I do a grocery haul, I do try to incorporate at least one new recipe that I can add in my little repertoire of recipes that I can just switch in and out, because I know they're going to be good. Like another one is where I made the salad, a cheeseburger salad, and then there was another one where I did a sub in a bowl. And when I tell y'all that tasted amazing, it tasted so good. It really tasted like I was eating a cheeseburger, and then it really tasted like I was eating the sub. Like there are ways to still eat the food that you love and enjoy eating, and I still do. So I hope that you don't have that issue, that you do enjoy eating, but I promise you there are definitely ways out there that you can eat what you love, just in a healthier way. Alright, so we have that blended, so now I'm gonna go ahead and blend in this contour, and we're gonna blend that into what I've already done. Just I know it looks a little crazy, y'all, but when you see the finished results, you'll see why we go as hard as we go. It's gonna come together. Forgetting, and I forget. Do this, blend that in on my nose too. Now this is not an everyday face for me, y'all. This is actual beat, but I do not wear this much makeup on a regular basis. But since we going out, we're gonna go out with a bang. I rarely wear makeup. I rarely go out anymore, so when I do, I like to put on a little face. I like to put on a nice face. So now that we're done with that, what I'm gonna go do next is go ahead and go back in with my La Mercier powder. And once that, and then I'm gonna go in with this Juvia Place powder as well. I told y'all I do not play. I powder down to the gods here, and I make sure that I put this right here in my smile lines, because those are usually one of the first places that I experience creasing. So we can try to combat that as much as we can, but I really just put this powder in those areas is where I've really concentrated. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go on this Juvia Place powder, and then we'll go ahead and see what the next question is. Hair fall solution after sleeve distracted me. Okay, so for that, y'all, it's not really a real solution. It varies from person to person. There's no solution I can offer for that other than some things that you can do to try to prevent it from happening. So what I can say is that you can make sure that you're getting your protein in. Make sure you're drinking your water. Those are the number one things that you definitely need to be making sure that you're doing. And the next thing that I can say is that make sure you get some collagen or biotin in your diet. Buy some supplements that you can take that can help prevent the hair loss. Now, is it going to completely keep you from losing hair? No. Some people, you're going to experience hair loss no matter if you do it. Everybody is different. Some people don't experience any hair loss and some people do. I experienced some hair loss. I did. Now, the hair loss was not the reason why I cut my hair. I cut my hair because I just got tired of doing my hair. But I did experience some hair loss from the surgery. Especially some of my area or my edges, as you can see, like my edges are a little thinner, like that spot right there. And I don't know if there's one on this side, but it's just mainly on this side. You can see that I have some scarce places in my edges of where I lost some hair. But those are mainly the only areas where I've lost some hair. They will grow back. That is why I am not really tripping about it, because it's gonna grow back, y'all. Like I said in a prior video, I see it as having a baby. Some people may not see it that way, but that's how I see it. When I had my daughter, I did experience hair loss. A lot of women experience hair loss after they're having children, and that is common because your hormones are changing. Same way when you have the surgery, your hormones are changing, so you do experience some hair loss. Unfortunately, there are some women who do experience extreme hair loss, where they do experience some bald spots in their hair, or they lose big chunks of hair. And I really feel bad for those women who do experience that. And I have seen some women say that is the reason why they did have to cut their hair, is because they did experience a lot of hair loss after having the surgery. But they did state that they did notice their hair did start to grow back, but that was, unfortunately, it was so bad that they did have to cut their hair because it was very noticeable. But please be aware that that can be a side effect for the surgery. I have seen some women videos that I've watched on YouTube where some people really did not experience any hair loss at all, and my hat's off to you, girl. I love to see that, but unfortunately I was not one of those who didn't experience it, and I wasn't one of those who experienced extreme hair loss. And I know as long as I keep eating my protein and taking my supplements like I'm supposed to, the hair is gonna grow back. You guys, it will come back. Just do what you are supposed to do and it will happen. And I know for a lot of women who had said they experienced hair loss, a lot of them were not doing what they were supposed to be doing in the first place. They weren't taking their supplements like they were supposed to. They weren't getting the proper amount of protein, and that's why they lost so much hair. So you have to do what you're supposed to do, y'all. That's all I can tell you. Just make sure that you're doing what the doctor told you, and just add those extra supplements to try to decrease the hair loss or try to keep it from occurring. But if it happens, it happens, and it will grow back. But now that I have that on, I'm gonna brush that off in a few, but I'm gonna go ahead and contour just a little bit more with the powder, just to set the contour that I just did. So I'm gonna go in with this Black Radiance powder, pressed powder. This is the darkest shade in Ebony. So I'm gonna take that same brush that I used to blend it out, before, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this just to make sure we are blending everything out. Told y'all I'm a powder girl. Powder is my best friend. I prefer powder over a ton of foundation any day. Just gonna go back in and press this in. I know you're like, spray your face? Yeah. I'm not done though. We're not done, y'all. Now the blush I'm gonna use is this Juvia Place palette that I have. I think I'm gonna go with this shade right here. That, I know y'all like, that is a lot of blush, but you gotta understand, I'm gonna go in with my powder, which is gonna make it, which is gonna disappear a little bit, but it's still gonna pack that punch underneath my powder. And then we're gonna go in with my Fenty powder brush, and we can go ahead and do that. And I think we have another question. Ooh, here's another one. How long does it take to feel, I'm sorry, how long does it take to start to feel normal? Okay, so I'm guessing she's talking about after the surgery. How long does it take to start feeling normal? For me, I think I started to feel better like around the 2-month mark is when I started to feel better, because I was able to like eat actual food. So around there is when I started to feel better. To be honest, like I wasn't having that much issues, and I started to feel like myself again. I was able to eat actual food, go out with my friends. That's when I started to feel a little bit better. Everybody is different. Like I said, I didn't have a whole bunch of issues after I had the surgery when I got home, so it was a lot easier for me to it was a lot easier for me to after the surgery. Like I said, everybody's different, but thank the Lord it did not take long for me to get normal. Even after you had the surgery, y'all, like what, like we were like 2 or 3 weeks after you had the surgery, I was cleared to start driving again. Like, that's how fast the healing process is after the surgery. Like, some people go back to work what, within 2 weeks after having surgery, or a week after having the surgery. They start going back to work. But like I said, everybody heals differently, but it didn't really take long for me to start feeling normal. I still have my moments, however, like I stated in other videos, where it takes me may take me a little bit longer. But yeah, I really didn't have that really bad issues after having the surgery. I did it. And again, like I said, I thank the Lord. I have an amazing doctor. So that was not a big issue for me after having the surgery. What I need to do next is we're just going to go ahead and do my mascara and put my lips on, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so we have one last question to answer, and the last question is what is the average weight loss after surgery? So it's kind of hard to answer that question. I'm just using a brown pencil right now because we're gonna do something neutral for the lips, just because the eyes are so busy. We just want to do something neutral for the rest of the face. So on average, they do say that you do lose half your body weight, by your year mark. Should lose majority of your body weight, by your year mark. That's not the same for everybody, because some people are slow losers, and it really depends. Some people shoot, within the first 30 month or so, they probably already lost like a good 40 to 50 pounds. Like, everybody is different, but they do say that's the average, that you should use at least half of your weight or majority of your weight by the time you hit your year mark. And the closer you get to by the time you hit your year mark, the amount that you're going to lose weight, it will decrease once you hit your year mark. As far as, you know, just that coming from you having the sleeve, the weight loss will decrease. That's why you should be doing as much as possible as you can, you know, once you had the surgery, as far as working out. Make sure you're meeting your goals after you have the surgery. As far as protein, water, just make sure you do everything you can to assist with that weight loss after you have the surgery, because like I said, everybody is different after they have the surgery. So weight loss varies for everybody. Sorry, trying to let this out, you know. Wrong way, child. But another thing that they have put out there is that the heavier you are before the surgery, the faster you do lose weight. So let's say if you're like 300 or something, you're definitely going to lose weight faster than somebody who's probably 200 or something. But as far as to grasp how much weight you should be losing, I really can't tell y'all on that. But one thing I could say is that I have the goal weight that I have set for myself, which is pretty much about the same goal weight that my doctor has set for me, because I already told them exactly what size I want to get back down to, that I felt the happiest at, and they agreed that that is a good goal for me to get down, which I said was like around 170 something. That's where I felt 170, 160 something. That's where I felt comfortable, and they agreed that that is a good weight for me. So I'm trying to get back down to that size. So I'm almost at that 100-pound mark, which is crazy to me. I'm like around what, a little over 40 pounds away from that goal, which is crazy to me that I'm only this far out from surgery and I'm literally about a little over 40 pounds away from being 100 pounds lighter. It's crazy to me. But well, not 100. I did my math wrong. I'm like literally a little over 40 pounds to being back into the hundreds. Let me put it like that, to being back into the hundreds. So that I am very happy about, because that is the goal. That is something that I'm trying to get back to. So I am very, very ecstatic about that. But y'all, please don't listen to these videos about this is where you should be, this is where you should be, and then you start feeling like you're a failure, that even after you have the surgery it's still not working for you. Like, y'all, do not do that to yourself. Do not pit yourself up against somebody else because it's the simple fact that they're losing more weight than you're losing, and you feel like you should be on that same level. Everybody is different. Everybody loses weight at different pace. Do not compare yourself to the next person. Like, even when I go see my doctor, they let me know that I'm right on track. Even though I feel like I have not lost that much weight, they let me know that no, you are right on track. Like, everybody is different. And the fact that the nurse practitioner at my doctor's office, she's also had this surgery, so she just let me know, like, hey, everybody loses weight at a different rate, and to be honest, you are right where you need to be. Don't rush it. Just do what you're supposed to do, and the weight will come off. I promise. Just make sure that you are taking plenty of before and after pictures of yourself. That way you can use that to compare, and so you can see the weight loss. But it's definitely there. And just doing these videos, y'all, when I look back at where I was, look back at myself from when I first started this process, y'all, just seeing my face, seeing my body, like, I cannot believe that I've lost this much weight in this short amount of time. And sometimes I can't see it on myself because, like I said before, that body dysmorphia is really bad. But just the fact that I do have these videos and I have photos to look back at and see, I can see the weight loss, and it's amazing to see how far I've come so far, and that I still have a long way to go, but I'm gonna get there. It's gonna happen, and I'm gonna maintain it. All right, you guys, this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this question and answer video with me as I did my makeup. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope I answered your questions to the best. I answered your questions to the best of my ability. If there are any other questions that you want me to answer further down the line, please just let me know, because I will be doing another question and answer video the further along I get in my journey. Really appreciate you guys for watching. And if you like what you saw in this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Bye.